And hello again, ladies and gentlemen. This is your NFL guru, Neal here to give you Week 8 predictions. But real quick, let's recap. Week 7 was pretty good, called a few upsets as well. It was a solid 10-4 outing. Also, hope you guys caught the NBA this past week on Tuesday night. That was a set of great games. The Bulls Cavs game was pretty phenomenal, and those Warriors, while they look good, Golden State looks like a tough team to beat this year again. They may repeat for all we know. Stephen Curry dropped 40. That's mind blowing. The guy's just unreal. So NBA's been picking up. Fun to see that back, but this is football. So let's get started. Week 8 predictions. First off, Thursday night football. We got the Miami Dolphins, who are riding a 2-game winning streak, against the undefeated Patriots at Foxborough. This is going to be an easy one. I know you guys think Miami, Dan Campbell, Miami. No, they're not going to win. Okay, it's at Foxborough. I think Brady just tears that Miami defense to shreds. Miami gets run. I say New England wins by 20 points at least. Look for the Patriots to really win this game. Then we go to London, and this is going to be a good one. The Lions at the Chiefs. Ooh, that's going to be close. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Travis Kelce is going to have a big game, and that new wide receiver Conley out of Georgia, I think he's going to play well. The Chiefs win this game. The Giants at the Saints. It's going to be a shootout. I'm going to take the New Orleans Saints just because they're in the Superdome. Look for Breeze and company to play a good game. They're going to play well. Look for Willie Snead to also have a solid game. The Cardinals at the Browns. This will be closer than you guys expect. I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals to win this game. I think Palmer really tries to air it out, but also Chris Johnson has a good game. That Browns run defense is struggling. Look for the Cardinals to win this game. The 49ers at the Rams. Man, I was dead on about that 49ers Seahawks game and Marshawn playing well and Kaepernick just being typical Kaepernick. So they really struggled. Hey, the Bay Area has two things to look forward to: the Oakland Raiders and the Golden State Warriors. So I suggest you guys make that transition and focus on the winning teams. If you're loyal, it's good to be loyal and root for your team if you're a 49ers fan, but appreciate success in the Warriors and the Raiders. Well, 49ers are losing this game. The Rams win this game easily. Todd Gurley's going to run for 100 plus. Nick Foles is going to toss 2 touchdowns. 1, 2. Jared Cook or Lance Kendricks look for the tight ends to get involved, and the other one to Tavon Austin. The Rams win this game. They also pick off Kaepernick at least once this game. The Buccaneers at the Falcons. Simple game. Falcons win this game. Too good offensively, too good defensively. They're going to swarm Winston. The Falcons win this game. The Vikings at the Bears. Oh, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings to beat the Bears in Chicago. Doesn't matter if it's at Soldier Field. Chicago's struggling this season. Look for Minnesota and Teddy Bridgewater to have a good game. That new receiver Stephon Diggs, he's pretty good. Look for the Vikings to win this game. The Bengals at the Steelers. If Big Ben is back, I'm inclined to take Pittsburgh. But for now, I think I'm going to stick with it and go with the Bengals. But I just have a gut feeling Pittsburgh may win this game. So this may come back to hurt me. But put your money on the Bengals for now. I'm going to go with Cincy. I think Dalton and Jeremy Hill pair up very well this game. Look for him to throw the ball to his running back out of the backfield. Instead of Gio, I think Jeremy Hill starts picking it up. The Chargers at the Ravens. That was a heartbreaker for Baltimore, that Monday night game at Arizona. That was rough. They should have probably won that game. Look for the Chargers to win this game in Baltimore. Again, on a game-winning drive, San Diego wins this game and Baltimore loses in the last minutes. It's going to be rough. Look for Keenan Allen and Stevie Johnson to have a big game as well. The Titans at the Texans. TJ Yates. I don't know if you guys know him. If you follow football, you know who TJ Yates is. He's an underrated backup quarterback. The guy led him to a playoff win over the Bengals a few years back when Schaub was hurt. But TJ Yates is underrated. If he can find a way to get some playing time over Hoyer, whether they have Hoyer or not this game, or Yates or not this game, and have Hoyer, they're still going to beat the Titans. But I would love to see TJ Yates play some football because that kid is awesome. He's fun to watch. So we'll see there. Next, we got the Jets at the Raiders. Wow, they dominated the Chargers. I thought it'd be a shootout and be a close one. The Raiders, yeah, the Chargers came back in the end. The Raiders took a 37-6 lead. Are you kidding me? Amari Cooper, dirtiest juke I've seen this season. That insane catch for 40-plus yards. God, Derek Carr looks good. Latavius Murray looks good. They needed that bye week. The Oakland Raiders are a tough team to beat. Almost every single website, NFL.com, ESPN.com, Bleacher Report, everyone's putting the Raiders in the top half of the NFL. They have earned their right to be there, and they look like a terrifying team to beat. Now, they are 0-3 against Ryan Fitzpatrick and his Jets. Not the Jets, but Ryan Fitzpatrick himself. A few years ago, lost in a game-winning drive by Fitzpatrick on Buffalo. Then, a couple of years ago, lost on a game-winning drive when he was on the Titans. And then last year, got absolutely dominated when he was on the Texans. They don't play him well for some reason. That changes this Sunday. The Raiders win this game. It's going to be a tough defensive matchup between two top 3 run defenses in the NFL. But Cooper shows why he is an elite wide receiver and burns Darrelle Revis for over 70 yards and a touchdown. Look for the Raiders to win this game. It's going to be a fun one. The Seahawks at the Cowboys, no question here. Seattle's going to dominate Dallas. Look for Seattle to just absolutely massacre, Matt Castle or whoever they go with. Witten, doesn't matter. Seattle's going to win this game. The Packers at the Broncos. We are at Sunday Night Football. And I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers, the battle of the undefeated teams. I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers to beat Denver in Denver, give Denver their first loss. Devontae Adams is back, but that offense of Green Bay is just too dominant, too explosive. Look for Lacey to get a bit more on track this week. Still not going to be as great, but a bit better. The Packers win this game at Denver. And finally, Monday Night Football. And I am going to take in a Colts at the Carolina Panthers matchup to still stay undefeated. Carolina Panthers. They win this game. Look for Stewart to have a big game, Ted Ginn to have a big game, Cam Newton to have a big game. I think they win this game handedly. Carolina wins in a blowout at home on Monday night. Now fantasy starts and sits. Start Matt Ryan at quarterback. He's going to have a big game this week against Tampa Bay. Look for him to be a perfect start. Sit Carson Palmer. They're at the Browns. They're going to run the ball a lot, and the Browns have a decent secondary. Don't play him. At running back, we got Jonathon Stewart and Mark Ingram. Jonathon Stewart playing the Colts, great matchup. Mark Ingram playing the Giants, great matchup. I know Kirby Robinson took some of your fantasy points if you had Mark last week. Start him this week. He'll do much better. Also, sit Chris Ivory. They're at the Raiders. I don't think Ivory's going to do well. He has a slightly tweaked hamstring. He's not going to play as well as he usually does. Zach Stacy may take some carries. Look for him to be a sit along with Frank Gore. They're at the Panthers. They're not going to run the ball much. They're going to be passing most of the game. Look for Frank Gore to be another sit. At wide receiver, automatic start here. Julio Jones. Might I say more? It's just a given here. If you want to, stay away and start an underrated guy who is an automatic start, I'd say Tavon Austin also. That would be a pretty good start, but Julio Jones is another start here. Also start Keenan Allen at wide receiver. He's solid. Look for him to have a big game against a very weak Baltimore Ravens secondary. Sit Brandon Marshall. The Raiders do not allow touchdowns to wide receivers. Only 2 all season. Marshall's going to be useless in this game. Also Demaryius Thomas. Looks like Manning is more in love with Sanders than he is with Thomas, so sit him. Tight end, start Jason Witten. Seattle has a great defense, but there's one weakness. They can't cover the tight end. Look for Witten to have a big game. The other one, sit Antonio Gates. He's hurt. We don't even know if he's going to play. But I just don't see him having a big game against the Ravens. I feel like that's going to be more the wide receivers' jobs to play well against the Baltimore Ravens defense. Kicker, start Sebastian Janikowski. The Raiders are going to get into field goal range a lot this game. Look for Janikowski to be a great start this week. I think the Raiders win this game and Janikowski kicks 3 to 4 field goals. Sit Steven Gostkowski. I don't think he's worth it. They're going to whoop the Dolphins. He's not going to be needed to kick any field goals. Sit him. The defense to start, the Carolina Panthers. Luck has been a turnover machine. He keeps that up. The Panthers defense swarm him. They win this game, and their defense dominates. Sit the Jets defense. You saw what Cooper and Carr did to the Chargers. The Jets are much better. They may stop the run, but you already know Carr is not afraid to air it out. Look for the Jets to be a definite sit this week. I could see the Raiders putting up 20 to 27 points, 1 turnover at most this game. And finally, the sleepers at quarterback, Nick Foles. He's against the Niners. Ladies and gentlemen, just letting you know, any quarterback against the Niners, please start him. He's going to have a big game. Just start him. Okay, start quarterbacks against the 49ers. Thank you. Not even running backs. I mean, they have a decent, linebacking core and pass rush and, run stoppers with Lynch, Aaron Lynch, and Navarro Bowman. Just start quarterbacks and quarterbacks and quarterbacks against them because they cannot do anything to them. At running back, I know this is a bit risky, but I think Darren Mcfadden, I feel like Dallas is going to have to run, and they have a good offensive line. Look for him to be the only guy on that offense for Dallas to use. Seattle will win this game, but Darren McFadden should have a decent production day. Another running back to start, Jeremy Hill. He's been struggling a bit, but he's a great sleeper this week against a Steelers team. Look for them to run the ball a lot as well. Jeremy Hill's a good start. And finally, the 2 wide receivers to start that are sleepers. Stevie Johnson, he got targeted like crazy against the Raiders. He's going to get targeted again against the Baltimore Ravens, who have one of the worst secondaries, if not the worst secondary in the NFL. Look for Stevie Johnson to have a big game. Also, Willie Snead, okay, he's going to be a great start. They're at home against the Giants. Look for Willie Snead to also catch, I'd say, 80 yards and a touchdown. He gets targeted. Just a matter of can he score, and I think he does get in the end zone this week. So that should do it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed last week's predictions, this week's predictions. Hopefully we keep up success. Well, you guys just Facebook me, message me on YouTube. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Well, your NFL guru signing off. Thank you guys, and enjoy football.